Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps Soviet Corps. It's time for a final mission, Battle of Western Europe, and I hope this time the internet is working out. I just had a failed start with no connection at all, but let's switch into the game. It looks perfectly fine at the moment. Sadly, I didn't have a save game from last time, so we have to do the briefing the old school way. 10th May 1945. Comrade Stalin is pleased to have chosen to participate in the attack on the Western Europe. Attack on the Western Europe? That doesn't sound right. These capitalist pigs will now pay for their greed and excess. Now that the Western allies are at their weakest, we will destroy them. Our forces have a stronghold near the Elbe River. Your orders are to hold a defensive position on this river. Our intelligence tells us that there is a dam on the river and that there is a possibility that it could be destroyed to inflict maximum damage on the enemy. However, this should not be attempted until High Command has given you the order to proceed. You will be expected to hold your objectives for victory. However, you must also destroy as many core enemy forces as possible. You will be provided with additional auxiliary units and instructions how to blow up the dam when it is deemed necessary. Yeah, so defensive scenario. Well, we might be forced to attack at one point or another. Those Soviet Corps scenarios like to throw curveballs at you. We have, well, a limited time, 16 turns. We have to hold, we have limited amounts of units we can deploy, so I went ahead and deployed all my heavy tank units, anti-tank units, artillery behind, anti-aircraft guns at the ready, because as always the Western allies have a very strong air force usually, and all my fighters. Hi Danny. Yeah, so I didn't deploy any scouts. I deploy very limited amount of infantry, and basically those infantry units I only deployed because we might need them to attack later on. And yeah, I didn't deploy any of my bombers because, yeah, limits in the units I could put down, and I think a tank is more valuable than a bomber in a defensive scenario. And yeah, I wanted to get my anti-aircraft guns, so yeah, it's either bombers or anti-aircraft guns. And since we have those switch out points again, we can change our unit composition however we, yeah, see it's needed. But without further ado, let's get into the fight and see if we are immediately swarmed, or if we maybe have to advance towards the Elbe River. The briefing is not very clear about that. I would understand it that we have to move forward and defend positions at the river, but maybe our well-informed assistant thinks this is at the river. We will see. So let's get into it. And we clearly don't want to go forward to the river. And good thing we brought the anti-aircraft cannons. Good thing, I think this is a Wolverine. No, Achilles. Okay. Those are the British units. Okay. Yeah, but the first wave, High House Orin, seems very manageable. So let's go ahead and try to shoot down those enemy Well, attack on the anti-aircraft cannon. Very nice. Yeah, let's try to damage all of them. The last one doesn't have anything to do, but I suspect this will change quickly. And then we'll just try to finish them off and make sure they are out of vision range again. Could not outright destroy it. Maybe, yeah, this way I don't want to go forward because yeah, I think the position is nice and if we keep our defensive line out of their vision range, there is a big benefit that, yeah, they might run into more ambushes. So that's something to consider. We will switch this one to artillery mode. Something I should have considered earlier. I think this way, that's fine. So now we have to finish off the enemy bombers in a way so that we are defending. Well, let's actually go down here. Those are all defended, so that's not really an issue. Attack on the plane, that's great. Yeah, those are all defended. The only thing that's vulnerable is this piece of artillery. Now it's defended. And I think yeah, we barely have enough units to do it. And I want to keep my planes as far to the back as somehow possible, because mobile anti-aircraft cannons that move up can do massive damage, and this way in the back we have better chances of ambushing something. So I think that's fine. We will resupply wherever we see that it's necessary, but honestly for now it looks good. So let's end the turn. This time we didn't get any ambushes off. Well, this time we are getting them in the south. See, but those are those suicide attacks all the time. Yeah, that's not too bad. We simply have to make sure that we are not getting overwhelmed. Yeah, this should be an instant kill. So let's do it. I'm thinking maybe we can... this is an anti-tank cannon. So now my IS-1 is a little bit exposed. Don't like that. But in order to get them, I think we have to reposition a little bit and move a little bit up. At least we could stop this anti-aircraft cannon. And I think it's fine if we go forward. I simply want to keep my artillery pieces protected by anti-aircraft guns. This, on the other hand, seems... wow, this is an interesting tank. And it's quite strong, so maybe we should bring in a bomber, but yeah, we will think about that. For now, let's get rid of those pesky guns. And let's try to do as much damage as possible. Yeah. Archer. I'm not sure if we have to move here or should not move. So let's start by doing what we can. Yeah, I'm not sure how to... It would be so nice if we could switch out units. I want those two in reverse order. But it doesn't seem possible to do it. So maybe I will expose the anti-tank cannon in the north a little bit. Order of the Red Banner. Yeah, conscript's not too great at destroying units, but it's good enough. Would be nice to kill them off, but that's something that seems to be impossible. We could move up, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. So we'll instead try to whittle them down as much as possible. And then the real question is, do we move out to attack this archer or not? And honestly, I rather don't. Maybe we can get off a lucky shot here. And then the question is, if we head out to attack those planes, and I say not necessarily, because we can build fighter traps around here and not expose ourselves to more anti-aircraft fire. Well, on the other hand, yeah, why not? That takes care of it, and now it can't attack into one of our more vulnerable tanks, and he is kind of a roadblock ahead. Do we have a unit that has enough initiative? Not really. But that will do it. So, one dangerous unit down. This position is safe. They can't get to my anti-aircraft cannon. The IS-3, I don't think they can take it on. And now we want to ambush something. So let's try to defend. That's very defensive. Those are all defended. So maybe we'll try to ambush something in the north, because we are not protected by anti-aircraft guns there. And other than that, I don't think there's anything that's worth attacking at the moment. He hopefully will run into its death. Yeah. Let's keep it that way. Let's get in supplies where we still can. And that's it again. Kind of stopped the attack in its tracks. No more planes. We have a Tiger 1 here. Don't think it's too dangerous, and we'll go ahead and grab supplies this time. This is a very sturdy defensive position. So we'll simply resupply everything. Our biggest risk is running out of ammo. Yeah, that's fine. Here on the other hand, we want to get rid of those smaller tanks because they provide vision. Then we have to deal with the Wolverine, obviously. But first of all, let's deal with the Spitfire. Yeah, that is not an issue. This tank is surprisingly resilient. So what I want to do here is switch out units a little bit and try to get them with my heavy anti-tank cannons. They simply do more damage. And if they want to reinforce, that's fine. Try to suppress it a little bit more. And that's the end of the Wolverine. There's another Achilles, but we've already seen those are not too dangerous. So we'll grab supplies instead. And yeah, if they want to resupply, be my guest. We don't have the firepower to kill them. So we'll bring in 2 fighters to get mass attack bonus. That was enough indeed. Go to a defensive position. We still have tons of fuel. This one doesn't. So let's take this opportunity to resupply. So it's more about resource management at the moment. We are not actually too threatened. Yeah. Looks good. Don't want to dash out to do anything stupid. That's it. Perfect! Churchill ambushed. Tiger ambushed. It's still a dangerous unit. But we can hold our own. And they don't even want to resupply, so this is a total suicide attack. And this is one of those scouts that have absolutely ridiculous stats. I don't know what they are or were thinking. Yeah, it's absolutely impossible to suppress those units. But Firefly gone. Achilles more or less out of action. I think it's an option to try to do some damage here. This will reduce our losses. Yeah. Lucky shot. Sometimes it needs those lucky shots to clear out the situation, but we were not really threatened. The smaller, lighter IS-1s are perfectly capable of clearing out enemy tanks. Or the smaller enemy, not tanks, but those, I don't know. These are actually transports, so we definitely want to get rid of them. Grab supplies and use this opportunity to resupply the IS-2. Yeah, and those jeeps, like I said, I don't know what they are thinking. Nah, it's absolutely impossible to do damage to them. But we'll stay as is. I think that's fine. The only way to really hurt them is using infantry. But I don't want to expose my units. So let's take a look at the time. We are half an hour in, so that's good. No more planes as far as I can see. Let's resupply our yaks. The Focke-Wulf is still fine. We could head out to shoot something down, but not really necessary. So let's take in the fuel. Yeah, we'll keep everything as is for the moment. And yeah, wait another round of attacks. Yeah, the conscripts are doing a great job whittling down the enemy. And in the north, yeah, we have to make sure not to get overwhelmed. There's a Panther, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Supply on the artillery gun is still fine. So maybe it's time to slowly move forward and secure those positions, secure the bridges. That could be an option. Again, we'll try to use our smaller tanks to take out the support units. Yeah, the position is totally fine. I don't know. Those are already core units, so they should count towards our destruction counter. And now we have a little bit of a gap, but I don't think they can exploit it because yeah, there's only one hex they could move through. Now this pesky chip is gone. Dangerous units are down. And I think the situation is stable again, and they don't see anything around here, so that's another bonus factor. And we can always shuffle back or forward our units however we see fit. And this is an no, it's a tank. But I think it's time to go on the offensive here as well. Destroy them on the river. And yeah, we won't attack it, I think. We'll just secure the bridges. And make sure to control the situation a little bit better. Yeah, we will use massive artillery and mass attack bonus later, so we can absolutely overwhelm it. Okay, but at least now we know we're kind of safe here. We can send down infantry to clear this situation. And make sure we are protected from anti-air. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just in case, we will move the infantry. Wow. Yeah, this is already damaged. Let's send something that's better equipped. Here we are actually doing fine. Yeah, I'm happy with this layout. And yeah, once again, supply where it seems necessary. Frontline seems stable enough. And this is a Tiger 2, I think. Pershing. Wow. Devastating hit. But it's definitely time we go forward And make sure to close any crossing possibilities. Hi Maxim. So yeah, going forward and blocking their access to the bridges, I think, is the way to go. Yeah, I don't think it's worth taking out. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate because this is absolutely blocking our way. And not exactly able to make anything happen. The most important thing at the moment is blocking any crossing possibilities, and that's achieved. Don't think we are outflanked here. So one option will be to run it out of ammunition. That seems difficult. But on the bright side, they can't move forward now, and this Jackson is a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I think we'll simply stay as is at the moment. And try to attack them when the chance arises. So, fire. Once again, use the support tanks to clear out those pesky units. And let's see. This Tiger 2 certainly is a little bit problematic. And I definitely want to block the bridges. So doesn't seem to be possible at the moment. Jackson down. IS-3 safe in the background, it can resupply now. And yeah, unfortunately we couldn't reach the Elbe. Hi Lieutenant Joker. This is a fictional scenario. Maxime is asking. So we are actually attacking the Western allies here, and I don't know if there are anti-aircraft cannons in the background. It's definitely possible. So I'm not sure if it's wise to attack the Mustang. And I think we'll shuffle out one unit and get in a bomber. That could help us finish off this trottoir next turn and get rid of something like the Churchill. Yeah. Looks good to me. We can attack and advance. Next turn we have enough ammunition now. What the hell? Let's go in. Let's make sure we have maximum mass attack bonus. And the Mustang is dealt with. And now we are in a position to, yeah, actually take out the Long Tom. And crush their position. Maiben, never heard of the city. Riesa, okay. But I definitely want to close the gap and block the opportunities to cross. That's absolute priority for me at the moment, so that's fine. Let's not get attacked again here. And the minefields. Now let's clear at least one, because I want to go to this forest, and we are absolutely in control of the river and nothing bad can happen to us. Yeah, that's it. I think we are going to make a first break here. Very happy how this defense at the moment is working out. We are kind of pushing them back in the south. It's going a little bit better in the north. There's still a lot of distance to cover, but the situation will be much easier to control once we are closer to the river and the bridges are secure. Because, well, waiting it out in the back doesn't seem to be the best idea. Well, not the most efficient idea. It's maybe the safest idea, but it's a little bit boring as well. So, yeah, see ya in a few minutes. Just make a short break and make sure that the videos split up correctly, and luckily I think today my internet is in a good mood and everything should be fine. So see ya, bye!